welcome back into the weather crew. In this video, we're going to be tracking the very large storm, the snowstorm, northeast, or whatever you like to call it, but now likely to bring major impacts into the northeast for Saturday into Sunday, and then Monday being a very cold day before our next system that could be even worse than this one. It could be winter in the head of the storm and then change into a heavy wind-swept rain for many. We'll have your details in just a moment. All right, you guys. So back in this update here, we're gonna be talking about a lot with the models, the snowfall, the Pacific areas of the snow. What I'm thinking for the big cities like Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington D.C., and along the coast, because I know everyone's been looking for their snow, and now it's a shot here. So the setup, I've talked about this in the last couple of days. It's really going to depend on those highs, keeping that cold air in. The big thing on the track, this actually turned from a Miller B type nor'easter to a Miller A type nor'easter. Very interesting how it went to that. But then the setup, very Arctic air is going to be in, but not as what we thought before. Worst of the storm probably going to be in the area of red. I haven't really changed it. I just kept it there to keep it there because it's pretty much the same area, is nothing new. But we do have my snowfall map. We're gonna actually discuss it early and why I think about it. So this is a wide view. So if you guys are in the light blue, anywhere in this light blue, and actually I forgot to make this the same size that you guys can tell. So if you guys are in this light large blue, you guys are expected 1 to 3 inches of snow. That is for sure 1 to 3 inches. But if you guys are more in that second shading of blue, that's 3 to 5 inches. And that's for many people. And New York, you guys are actually not. You guys are not in that. You guys are on the line of that. I know it looks like it, but we have a closer view of my total snow. And then we got a spot for 8 to 10 inches plus. We'll discuss that on here. And we got that purple once again, eastern Pennsylvania, maybe northern New Jersey, where a lot of the models and what I'm thinking, and many other people are thinking, it's going to be the jackpot of this storm. I do think 8 to 10 inches, maybe plus. I mean, that's maybe for the mountains, not for the valleys. But a very large nor'easter, probably the biggest one in a few years. 4 to 8 in that darker blue, that is a little bit smaller. But that's in a wide view. The main thing I did that to see the outlier of how large the storm is. If you guys are in the Tennessee mountains, I expect that 1 to 3, maybe even 3 to 5. I wouldn't even rule out +5 in some of those top of those mountains. I just couldn't fit it on there. But if it was my best guess, I'll add, if I could, I'll add maybe a 5+ in there. But in that purple, that is pretty much 8 to 10, and then we have that pink is 10+. So now we go into the closer view of things, pretty much the same. I know it looks a little bit different. I just changed how it is a little bit closer. So yes, I said New York. So let's start with Boston. Boston, you guys could be in for a nice snowstorm, up to 6 to 10 inches, potentially locally local spots 10+. All right. That's in that first shading. That's from Massachusetts, parts of northern Connecticut, even a little bit of Rhode Island. I didn't realize, but yes, it is in there. Upstate New York, western New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania. You guys are in the 6 to 10 local spots, 10+. From everything I've seen with the models, I think that's my best bet here. Then we go to a 4 to 8 in that purple. I think a lot of people are going to see that 4 to 8. So you guys should at least see 3 inches. From the least scenario, it will be 3 to 4 inches in the jackpot. All right. But 4 to 8, once again, Vermont, New Hampshire, parts of Maine, all of Massachusetts, central Connecticut and northern, a bit of Rhode Island, And then you got once again western central New Jersey, just north of New York by probably 50 miles, north of Philadelphia, just a bit, but south of Allentown, back into Harrisburg into central Pennsylvania. Then we go to that um other shading of blue, and that's actually 3 to 6. I just never made a text box for it. So if you guys are in the dark blue, you guys are expected 3 to 6 inches more widespread. And then okay, yeah, 3 to 6 inches just outside of that 4 to 8. Then if you goes out a little bit more, and actually before I keep going, you guys were at that 3 to 6. New York, you guys are not in it right now. Right now, you guys are not in it, but it is probably 10, 15 miles just north of you guys. Um, I really made it a tight gradient because from everything I've seen today with the models and stuff, New York, Philly, you guys are probably actually going to end up with less than what we thought in the beginning of the storm. All right, Philly, you guys are not in that 3 to 6 either. You guys are right on the line, just like New York. Boston, this is your storm. This is one of your storms. Pennsylvania, this is a interior type nor'easter now because the track is strengthened with the low pressure and moved a little bit more closer to the coast. Then we go out to that 1 to 3. That's pretty much everyone besides that, just 1 inch. If you guys are in the 1 inch, everyone's at least going to see an inch. I didn't even bother because it's going to be snow more down there. But if you guys are in that 1 to 3, that is including New York, Philadelphia, the eastern coast, and that 1 inch maybe into almost Wildwood, but I'm not expecting too much. Maybe that even gets pushed a little bit more north by tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. But that's the latest snowfall map I am thinking. My second one, and then I'll probably have another updated one for Saturday morning. Or Friday. Probably Friday if I'm thinking right. Then you go, actually that's pretty much it. So now we need to go look at the models. We got some big changes. The NAM has came out a whole different run than the 18Z. And I'm not surprised because the NAM usually does this, but a big, large winter storm, and it's a little bit warm. I'm just gonna say it is a bit warm. If you're a snow lover along the East Coast, like New York, Philly, this is probably not the model you want to see, but I had to show it. So much stronger of a system. I think if you guys are in Tennessee valleys, you guys are definitely going to see ice, but that's probably going to change the rain than what we were expecting. But so not too much accumulations now. That's why the accumulations have went down so much. So maybe actually I might even take out that 5, maybe that 1 to 3 and keep it by tomorrow, but you could tell some freezing rain even into North Carolina, but a strengthening coastal low, very likely. And before I forget, let's just um, get my epic pen to pop up right here. All right. Oh, come on, bro. So there is that storm developing now along the East Coast. This is why sometimes I hate this computer because it just does its random. Weaker low pressure, nothing too strong, but definitely bringing some heavy snow, like from Maryland, southern Pennsylvania, West Virginia, into the Appalachians Mountain. It is snowing pretty good. Probably a dumping of snow, one of those type of nor'easters. Then you got some of those winds are gonna start cranking. We have to stay on a watch for that. All right, but we continue into 69 hours, and this just pretty much continues to strengthen. We got a low pressure near the coastal areas right there. You got heavy snow into Pennsylvania, central, southern, even getting the eastern, of moderate to heavy snow. Even Philadelphia, you guys are in it. Washington D.C., you guys are in it. So this model likes snow in the beginning for Philadelphia. But what I'm about to show you in the next coming frames, yikes. that changes very quickly. And once you go there, and boom, by 72 hours, we got a full on raging nor'easter really in the develops. You can tell off the East Coast right here beginning to strengthen. But your line, I mean, New York, you guys might start out with a dumping of 1 to 2 inches of snow, maybe 1 to 3. But this is already your line by 72 hours. And I'm telling you, this line really moves north quite a bit more than I was expecting. But expect this to change by 6Z. You can tell some heavy snow into southern Pennsylvania, central, moderate snow, and even some gustier winds. We have to keep an eye on that. But once again, very large, and then boom, you go into 75 hours, and that snow line keeps New York in it. It actually is a little bit more of a dumping. Philly, you guys are now out of it. So Philly, you guys are not in luck with this model. Only a few hours of snow. New York, you guys hold on just a bit. And then there's that low pressure doing a pretty good job of forming too. Heavy snow across Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Like I said, upstate New York, Mass is right now what I'm thinking. This is only one model, and it's many other models to look at. This is just one that came out. And then we go into 78. You can tell this nor'easter continues to strengthen. But look how much that rain line goes up. I mean, New York, you guys actually hold on with the name. I'm kind of surprised. But Philly, I mean, if you guys are just south of Allentown, it is probably a wintry mix or just a plain old windswept rain, but moderate to heavy snow along the line into Massachusetts, upstate New York. It is snowing like crazy. You got a strengthening low pressure off the East Coast expected, bringing some gustier winds, but very crazy. And then you go again, and wow. I mean, the Lehigh Valley, Allentown, you guys stay in that snow, but you guys are so close on changing. It's not even funny. I do think this is probably going to change New York. You guys changed to plain old rain. Connecticut, you guys stay all snow. Mass, Rhode Island, mostly snow. Some parts rain, like in the Cape Cod. But if you guys are just like the I-78 on south, it is probably a rain event that really turns. But wow, a strengthening low pressure. Expect this to get even stronger. It is snowing once again, like in Connecticut, upstate New York, Mass, northern Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, northern eastern, and western New Jersey. It is snowing pretty good. And you just go again, and it's very interesting what this does. It likes to show a rebound. I mean, you keep that snow line, it does move just a bit more north, but stays just good enough for like the Lehigh Valley and the I-78 south. But wow, you got a large nor'easter. I mean, this is a nice nor'easter, absolutely dumping snow in these lines I've made. Like Boston, you guys just get slammed. I mean, this is a great winter storm if this NAM occurs. But if you guys are along the East Coast, forget about it. It is not even good for enough for you guys anymore. If you guys go to total snow, is into 84 hours out. You guys, once again, your highest is up to 8 inches. Like in the bullseye, I said, the Lehigh Valley, the Poconos. Exactly when I actually made my map. I like I said, the 6 to 10, I think is the best bet into here. And I might even have to, depending tomorrow, I might even have to extend that into a bit more south on this. But New York, you guys get like nothing. Philly, you guys get like a few inches. I mean, this has trended bad for you. Um, but we'll have to see. All right, it's not fully over. We still got many, many other models. It's not even close to done. We're just in the beginning of the stages. But that's only one model. Um, what does the NAM 3KM like so far? I'm not gonna bother with that actually. So the GEM GDPS. Wow. The Canadian model. The oh come on. Bruh, that sucks. The gem RDPS. All right, let's try that. Actually, R gem, yeah. Zero Z is already coming out. Let's go back to 18Z. I'm not even. Actually, RDPS is actually out. That's the. Actually, we're going to pull that. Never mind. We're going to look it on here. This video is definitely going to be a lot longer than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to take this long, so I have to be quite careful. So we're probably going to have to speed it up just a bit now because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. This ain't no live stream. I definitely know that. But there you go. The RDPS, pretty much the same as the RGEM. This is the 0Z run. Very heavy snow. Once again, 995. So the lowest trend is stronger. Then it does something like that. But a pretty nice snowstorm. I will admit, definitely has gained its strength in the runs, probably in the last 3 runs or so, with most of the models. Definitely on the heavier side now with the snowfall and more on the strengthening side. But you go into the RDPS and you got a good dumping of 6 to 10 inches, even 6 to 12 inches in some spots. I mean, it's a PA, New England area, so it's a very interesting event. I will admit. Euro. It I cannot really show you guys radar. It doesn't have the radar. But one thing we can look at is the snowfall on the 18Z. And that snowfall is definitely a little bit more north. New York, you guys probably only get a few inches. Philly, you guys are maybe to get an inch, but you guys are in this bullseye. I mean, you're looking at 6 to 10 locally higher amounts potentially. I mean, a good snow event, very, very likely now for many areas across the Northeast. Not just the Euro showing that good snow, or the RGEM or the NAM, even this model, the GFS. Very nice in that heavy, wet snow, and then that back end too. I mean, maybe if the GFS happens, we'll have to see, and then it really strengthens. We'll have to see about 0Z run of the model, but very interesting. It definitely has that 6 to 10 inches locally higher amounts. And that's why I have many areas. I'm not even gonna buy this now with the snow. It's probably gonna move in different ways by the 0Z. But wow, really looking good now. We're looking like we're on rock and loaded. We look at the mean, and wow, the mean pretty interesting. Definitely has dropped, but a good snow amount. Um, the Canadian. I would like to make a mention on the Canadian. Very interesting with the storm. Keeps it on the stronger side, and really, I mean, maybe this is just a little too strong to be real right now. But I mean, this would be a nice snowstorm. Philly, you guys actually are in the rain. New York, you guys right on line. 988. I don't think it's going to get that strong. It's probably going to weaken into like the 992s or 990. But very heavy snow once again. And then that back and snow. Your total snowfall 6 to 10 inches locally higher amounts, like I said. And that's why my snowfall is like that, because pretty much all the models are showing that at this point. And I don't want to overdo it. And this is the new icon coming out. We'll have to wait. Looking interesting. Looking weaker on this Pacific. I'll have to see. I just want to look at this for fun. I'm very curious now with the icon. I mean, icon is an R-rate model, not the prefer one I like to go to. Hmm. GFS is not even close to out. The FV3 is not ready. Yeah. Um. GFS is very interesting on it. I mean, very heavy snow. Oh, very heavy snow. Whoa. Look at that. Very heavy snow. Actually, like I said in my shorts, look at the last four runs. So you go back, like four runs ago, right? One, two, three. Look how that is stronger, and it brings more of the heavier snow. That's why. So it's a very interesting, and then that back end snow is very likable, and you have a 992 millibar low. So we'll see if it's a little bit more stronger. Maybe the Canadian is. Hey, if the Canadian's right, and we wake up into seeing a Canadian type, we are going to be in for something. Because that Canadian has been holding on for the last few days. I'm very curious with the icon. You could definitely tell that rain line has definitely moved more north. So once again, the signs for Philly and New York, y'all are just going down in snow at this point, and it sucks to be a snow lover and watching your hope be gone. But I will say, I'm not gonna mention it in really about this in this video, but polar vortex, is it possible? Hints on the models. I will admit, if you guys want to go farther out, models are hinting at a major Arctic outbreak and many other shots for major winter storms across the United States. I will admit that. So that second storm, I'm not actually going to talk about. I thought I will, but I don't have the time to. Um, I'm trying to wait for the icon, but it is taking sweet old time. The EPS, the ensembles. This is the damn it. I mean, why not? Let's just look at 12Z, I guess. Very. We'll give it just a few more minutes. That's another thing. The icon has it like riding inland. That's another thing I don't like. But I'm probably gonna let you guys go. It's gonna take too long. So see you guys in the next video. We'll talk about this later. See you tomorrow, and we'll have another update. Bye.